Hey man, what is going on, man? There's Goose here as it's getting kind of dark here. As the rain is about to come. Hey, Rue's here. Hey, Rue, say hey. Oh, Rue's where he's leaving now. All right, so Saints are victorious. They now have won 3 games in a row, and that's a record for a rookie quarterback for the Saints, as they won three games in a row. Now they're 5-10 on the season. As yes, they've I wouldn't say they've ruined their chance for a top four pick. But yeah, Saints will not pick in the top four. But Tyler Shuck is improving week after week after week after week after week. Another game where he doesn't throw an interception, do a touchdown pass to Olave. Taysom Hill, probably in his last home game as a New Orleans Saint, threw a touchdown pass. He had a reception get called back because of a penalty, and everybody was kind of bummed out about that. But on the next possession, offensive possession for the Saints, Taysom Hill throws a touchdown pass, so he does get a touchdown for his last game for the Saints, probably in the Superdome. But look, Saints now are 5-10 on the year. I thought Shuck played. Considering he has no running game, Saints only ran the ball for 84 yards on the for the game. Estime was the best running back. If you just disallow Taysom Hill, because Taysom had 42 yards on the ground, Estime had 19 yards, and Tipton had 12. Shuck had 8 yards, and Hull had 3. So Saints running game is pretty anemic without Kamara, without Kendrick Miller, and without Devin Neal. So it is what it is with the Saints running game. Only got 2 more games left. Hopefully they can figure something out in the running game the next 2 games where they can run the ball somewhat enough to keep Shuck from throwing the ball 50 times. Well, 49 times. Taysom had 1 pass. So Shuck was 32 for 49, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, threw for 300 yards on the day. Taysom was 1 for 1. He had 38 yards passing and that touchdown late in the game, which was his last pass, more than likely, in a Saints uniform in the Superdome. I don't think they're going to bring him back next year. I wish they would, like on some kind of cap-friendly deal, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Taysom days are getting numbered for the Saints. We're down probably the last 2 games for Taysom. He's going to be he's definitely going to be in the Saints Hall of Fame at some point in the future for Taysom. But Taysom had a great career. Yeah, he had a fumble earlier in the day, but he made up for it at the end with the touchdown pass. Olave keeps balling out. He has 10 catches for 148. Juwan Johnson 8 catches for 89 yards. And Olave had 2 touchdown passes, receptions on the day. But look, Olave and Juwan Johnson, those are 2 guys that I was really, wanted to strangle their freaking necks early in the year, especially after that Patriots game when Juwan Johnson fumbled the ball at the 50-yard line, which gave the Patriots the ball and cost the Saints a chance for the victory in that game. But I mean, Olave and Johnson have really done a 180 since that game, as they're catching everything. They're not. I mean, they're not really. They're not there. Juwan Johnson hasn't dropped a pass in weeks. Seems like, yeah, Olave had that 1 catch where he fumbled, but he was down. So I'm not gonna give him too much grief on that because he was down, but he's got a hold of the ball a little better in that situation. But Olave did make the catch, and it was a reception. And replay said he was down, so I'm not gonna get too bad about that. So the Saints win 29-6. And let's talk about the defense. The defense has been playing lights out for the past month. They've been a top 5 defense. This defense has been playing lights out. The secondary has played really, really well. The front 4 has gotten pressure. They had 8 sacks today. Cam Jordan had, I think, 2 sacks. I think it was 2 sacks. I think Cam Jordan had. I think it was 2 sacks he had. Yeah, it was 2 sacks. And then you had, it was countless pressures from the defensive front. So it was a really good game for the Saints. Yeah, I know they played the Jets, whatnot, but look, the Saints and the Jets were one game off on the record column coming into this game, so they really weren't that far off, from what they were. But Saints win 29-6. Let's talk about Charlie Smith. Charlie Smith just got the kicking job after they cut Grupe. Finally, they cut Grupe, as Charlie Smith made not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 field goals out of 6. The one he missed was 61 yards, so I'm not going to really give him too much grief on that one. Although he did miss it it was pretty badly he missed. But 61 yards, I'm not gonna give a kicker too much grief missing a 61-yard field goal. It's better than missing a freaking 30-yard field goal like Blake Grupe did for the Saints. So I thought Charlie Smith give him an A++ performance, as he made, like I said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 field goals, and his long was 50 yards. He also was 2 for 2 from the extra point range, so he had 17 points total for Charlie Smith. So the Saints are 5-10. They got road games against the Titans and a road game against the Falcons coming up in back-to-back weeks to close the season out. So the Saints have a chance. They have a chance to be 7-10 at the end of the year. And if you go by if you look at what early in the year, you thought 7 wins was kind of impossible. But hey, Rue, what's up? As the Saints win 29-6 over the Jets, and so the Saints they win back-to-back home games as they finished 3-5 at home. So they gotta get back to defending the Superdome next year. But they did win back-to-back home games to close out the season. So they finished 3-5 at home, and they got road games against the Titans. Road games against the Falcons coming up, and so look, Shuck's our quarterback. He's our quarterback. So this is what the Saints fans wanted to see, was some kind of progression from Shuck, and we've seen that week after week after week after week after week after week after week, and he has really solidified himself as our starting quarterback. So I can't see any scenario where he's not taking the first snaps next season for the Saints. I just can't see it. So have a good one, and we'll see you next time, man. Who dat?